Have you ever wondered, what is the purpose of history? Is it merely a record of past events, or does it hold deeper, more profound meanings? This question is at the heart of the philosophy of history, a fascinating field that has intrigued thinkers for centuries. The ancient Greeks were among the first to delve into the philosophy of history. Herodotus, often called the father of history, set the stage by emphasizing the importance of factual accuracy. But it was Thucydides who truly revolutionized the field. He argued that history should not just record events, but also analyze their causes and effects, laying the foundations for historical criticism. During the Middle Ages, a religious perspective dominated the philosophy of history. Christian thinkers like St. Augustine saw history as a divine plan, a narrative with a definite beginning, middle, and end, guided by the hand of God. This teleological view of history, meaning history with a purpose or direction, was a significant departure from the more secular perspectives of the ancient Greeks. The Enlightenment era brought a new wave of thought. Philosophers like Voltaire and Kant began to challenge religious interpretations of history. They proposed a more human-centered approach, seeing history as a process of human progress and development. This shift led to the birth of historicism, the belief that historical circumstances should be the primary focus when understanding a society or event. The 19th century saw the rise of dialectical materialism, a philosophy of history championed by Karl Marx. Marx saw history as a struggle between different social classes, driven by economic forces. He believed that this struggle would eventually lead to a classless society. This perspective influenced many subsequent theories and interpretations of history. In the 20th century, philosophers like Michel Foucault and Hayden White questioned the objectivity of history. They argued that history is not just a collection of facts, but a narrative constructed by historians. This postmodern approach emphasizes the subjective and interpretive nature of history, challenging the idea that there is a single true version of the past. So, what have we learned from this journey through the philosophy of history? First, we've seen how the philosophy of history has evolved over time, from the factual approach of the ancient Greeks, through the religious interpretations of the Middle Ages, the humanistic views of the Enlightenment, the class struggle focus of Marx, to the postmodern critique of objectivity. Second, we've discovered that history is not just a record of past events. It is also an interpretation, a narrative, a story we tell ourselves about who we are and where we come from. And finally, we've learned that the philosophy of history is a dynamic field, constantly changing and evolving as new ideas and perspectives emerge. It reminds us that our understanding of the past is never fixed or final, but always open to question, debate, and reinterpretation. In the end, perhaps the most important lesson of the philosophy of history is this: history is not just about the past, it's also about the present and the future. It's about understanding where we've been, where we are, and where we might be going. It's about making sense of our world and our place in it. And that, after all, is a task that never ends.